Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome to our 9 p.m. English News Edition. Here are the top stories. Meeting of the Conference of Presidents led by His Excellency Honorable Dilator Mohammed Dilator. And for the international news, WFP warns of worsening food crisis in eastern DRC. And now the detail, ladies and gentlemen, under the chairmanship of Honorable Dilator Mohammed Dilator, President of the National Assembly. The Conference of Committee Chairpersons convened on the morning of Sunday, November 9, 2025, to establish the schedule for upcoming legislative activities and to approve the referral of pending draft laws to the relevant standing committees for review. The government was represented by His Excellency Mr. Abdul Qadir Kamil Mohammed, Prime Minister, accompanied by Mr. Hassan Omar Mohammed, the Minister of Defense in charge of relations with the Parliament. Discussion focused on programming parliamentary activity and referring several draft laws to the competent committees, including a draft law approving the financial statement of the National Agency for Persons with Disabilities for the 2024 fiscal year, a draft law approving the financial statement of the Djibouti Office of Industrial and Commercial Property, a draft law, the financial statement of the Djibouti Economic Development Fund, and the National Cybersecurity Authority. Now, under the chairmanship of Honorable Ilaya Ismail Gedi Hared, the Committee on Production and Trade expanded to include the Committee on Social Development and Environmental Protection, chaired by Honorable Kamil Humed, met on Sunday, November 9, to examine draft law number 179, year 25, 19th Legislature, the Djibouti Startup Act. The government was represented by His Excellency Mrs. Mariam Hamidou Ali, Minister Delegate in charge of the Digital Economy and Innovation, accompanied by her close collaborators. Following constructive and in-depth discussion, the Committee on Production expressed a favorable opinion on the draft law, accompanied by proposed amendment, and decided to refer it to the upcoming public session for examination and adoption. And now the prestigious Kempinski Palace hosted this morning the official ceremony of the HLB Middle East and Africa 2025 Regional Economic Development Conference, a major event bringing together key stakeholders from the world of finance, accounting, and regional economic growth. The conference will run until November 12, offering 3 days of discussion, strategic reflection, and partnerships focused on economic development across the Middle East and Africa region. The opening ceremony was graced by the presence of His Excellency Mrs. Safia Mohammed Ali Gadiri, State Secretary for Investment and Private Sector Development, who praised Djibouti for hosting this significant event. Also in attendance was Mr. Idris Mohammed, Vice President of the Djibouti Chamber of Commerce, who highlighted Djibouti's strategic role as a regional platform for businesses and logistics. The conference agenda includes multiple panels and workshop covering topics such as digital transformation, business sustainability, and the role of professional networks in regional economic growth. The Vice President now of the Djibouti Chamber of Commerce, Mr. Idris Mohammed, emphasized on this occasion the strategic role of Djibouti at the heart of regional and international trade. He highlighted that thanks to its modern infrastructure and privileged geographical position, the country is asserting itself as a true logistic and commercial hub for the entire region. Mr. Idris Mohammed also welcomed the holding of this conference in Djibouti, describing it as a mark of confidence from economic partners in the nation's potential and the dynamism of its private sector. He reaffirmed the Chamber of Commerce's ambition to make Djibouti an essential hub for trade, innovation, and economic development in the Horn of Africa and beyond. On his part, the managing partner of HLB Global, Mr. Mrs. Mohammed Abdullah, expressed his satisfaction with the holding of this edition in Djibouti, reaffirming the HLB network's commitment to strengthening its presence in East Africa and promoting the exchange of expertise among its various regional branches. And now Mrs. Safia, State Secretary in charge of Investment and Private Sector Development. Mrs. Safia highlighted the strategic importance of Djibouti hosting the 2025 Regional Conference on Economic Development for the Middle East and Africa. She emphasized that such gatherings offer a unique platform for regional actors to exchange expertise, strengthen economic cooperation, and foster sustainable growth across the region. And now the multi-sectoral Regulatory Authority of Djibouti, in partnership with the International Telecommunication Union (ITU), organized a high-level workshop dedicated to the national strategy for radio frequency spectrum regulation, held in an environment conducive to dialogue. The workshop addressed by key issues critical to the future of telecommunication in Djibouti. It brought together a wide range of participants from public and private institutions, highlighting the strategic importance of spectrum management for the development of electronic communications. Several prominent figures took part in the event, including representatives from the Ministry of Communication, the Djibouti Radio and Television Authority, as well as officials from law enforcement and security agencies, alongside other institutional stakeholders. The primary objective of the meeting was to strengthen national expertise in spectrum regulation, share by best practices, and enable sector actors to stay informed about the latest international development over the course of 2 days. ITU expert-led interactive session covering a wide variety of topics. In his speech, the Director of Regulatory Authority for Spectrum Management, Mr. Abdi Elmi Ashker, emphasized that the workshop provides an opportunity to develop approaches and recommendations aimed at improving the effective management of the radio frequency spectrum. The following is an excerpt from his remark. And now Faisal Khair Shurdoon, Director of ICT Development and the official representative of the Ministry of Telecommunication at this important event, warmly welcomed all participants, emphasizing the significance of their presence in advancing the national agenda for telecommunication. He encouraged attendees to actively participate in interactive discussions, exchange ideas, and collaborate closely to develop meaningful and actionable recommendations that could guide the future management and strategic use of the radio frequency spectrum in Djibouti. And this morning, under the morning sun and in an atmosphere of strict military discipline, the Inter-Armed Military Academy of Arta welcomed on Sunday the Chief of the General Staff of the Armed Forces, General of the Army Corps, General Zakaria Sheikh Ibrahim, who came to review the level of training and the progress of the institution's infrastructure. Upon his arrival, General Zakaria Sheikh Ibrahim Boch was received by the Director of AMIA, Lieutenant Colonel Ibrahim, accompanied by the Army Chief of Protocol, Colonel Wagdi Jama Musa. Also present at the event were the Prefect of Arta and the President of the Regional Council and the country's military authorities. After the customary greetings, the entourage proceeded to the parade ground where official cadets organized by section were lined up for the welcoming ceremony. The General Semga, after rendering honors to the corps flag, reviewed the troops, closely observing their presentation, uniform, and cohesion. This inspection highlighted the overall discipline of the unit and the high quality of instruction provided by the teaching staff. And now the ceremony then began with the recitation of a verse from the Holy Quran.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قال سننظر أصدقت أم كنت من الكاذبين اذهب بكتابي هذا فألقه إليهم ثم تولى عنهم فانظر ماذا يرجعون قالت يا أيها الملأ إني ألقي إلي كتاب كريم إنه من سليمان وإنه بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ألا تعلوا علي وأتوني مسلمين قالت يا أيها الملأ أفتوني في أمري ما كنت قاطعة أمرا حتى تشهدون قالوا نحن أولو قوة وأولو بأس شديد والأمر إليك فانظري ماذا تأمرين صدق الله العظيم.
Mon général,
The director of AMIA subsequently addressed the assembly, providing a brief report on the academy's activities and delivering a strong message of encouragement and gratitude to both the staff and the cadets. Following the official addresses, the guests witnessed two tactical demonstrations performed by the third-year official cadet. The first, a raid exercise, involved a rapid objective-taking operation coordinated between multiple maneuver groups. The exercise aimed to showcase unit planning, mobility, and ability to act swiftly in hostile environment. The second demonstration, focused on combat shooting instruction, allowed the audience to observe the cadets' precision and mastery of technical skills. Both exercises were conducted with meticulous attention to detail, accurately simulating real operational conditions while maintaining strict safety standards. These demonstrations highlighted the rigorous nature of the training program and the cadets' progress in applying the knowledge and skills they had acquired.
Marsch! Marsch! Marsch! Marsch! Marsch! Marsch! İngiltere! Video!
One of the most memorable moments of the day was the initiation ceremony for first-year cadets who had just completed the initial training phase known as FETA. This stage, both physically and morally challenging, marks the transition from integration to full membership within the Academy's military community. On the parade ground, in solemn silence, the first-year cadets faced their second-year seniors. In a symbolic and meaningful gesture, the senior presented them with the blue berets and official sabers, emblematic of courage, discipline, and the sense of duty.
aabaabulihi guushi
ambaqaadki noloshiyo eebadii dagaalkiyo indhihiina tagay ma og tahay askariyo asaaskii nabadiyo abaabulihii guushi ambaqaadki noloshiyo eebadii dagaalkiyo indhihiina tagay ma og tahay askariyo.
And now on the sidelines of the ceremony, the SEMGA inaugurated 2 new facilities within the academy, a recreational lounge for the cadets and a fuel depot to meet the institutional logistical needs. The new lounge, designed for relaxation and social interaction, aims to improve the cadets' quality of life and foster cohesion among them. The fuel depot will allow the academy to manage its energy supply autonomously, particularly for training vehicles and support equipment.
masbano eedadku ima karo abur iyo masbano eedadku ima karo abbaha dalkeniyo.
And now a report and a magazine on the ongoing effort and initiative to promote women's empowerment and gender equality.
In the blasting streets of Djibouti City, a wind of change is blowing 1,000 young girls and 1,000 destinies, but also one sure promise, a better future. Thanks to a bold initiative by the Minister of Women and Families, supported by the Japan Social Development Fund and the World Bank, the $1,000 and 1,000 Djiboutian Girl project is paving a new path toward autonomy and dignity. An expert from the Ministry of Women and Family Council meeting behind each number a story, a young girl who dreams of opening a small hair salon, another who launched her fruit stall, and yet another who chooses sewing to support herself. Each of 1,000 beneficiaries receive $1,000 in financial support and crucial boost to developing sustainable income-generating activities. To ensure transparency and security of payment, the People's Saving and Credit Union of Djibouti played a key role. Under the leadership of Mr. Omar Ibrahim, the CPEC implemented a secure system guaranteeing that each beneficiaries receive their full support. This initiative reflects our commitment to inclusive finance and women's empowerment, explained the CEO. Beyond financial assistance, this project is part of a broader beyond financial assistance. This project is part of a broader approach preventing gender-based violence and promoting equal opportunities. The Women's Empowerment and Gender-Based Violence Prevention Project marks a decisive step in the fight against inequality and for the dignity of women in Djibouti. The testimonies of beneficiaries are moving. $1,000 and 1,000 girls is not just an initiative, it is a movement driven by the conviction that when women are empowered, the whole of society benefit. Investing in women is investing in the future of Djibouti.
And now on Sunday, November 9, the delegation from the CNDH headed by Mr. Ali Sobane visited Gabon Civil prison as part of its mandate to monitor places of detention and assess detention conditions. The visit falls within the committee's responsibilities in the field of human rights protection in accordance with Article 11 of Law Number 59, year 2014, the 70th legislature, which defines its legal framework and in line with its commitment according to the legislative framework. The committee's delegation was received by the prison director, prison manager, Colonel Mohammed Yunis, his deputy commander Abdi Ali, and Captain Hawa Mumin Jama. During the visit, the delegation held meetings with the prison administration and security staff, inspected various wings, including those for women, juveniles, and adults, reviewed the medical clinic and the condition for inmates there to receive health care, evaluated the availability of medical personnel, medications, and medical equipment, spoke with several inmates about their living conditions, access to health care, water, and hygiene, observed the challenges faced by prison staff in performing their daily duties. To strengthen operational capacity and improve security within the central prison, an independent section was established, including communication services, video surveillance, and a geographic tracking system. During this visit, the committee donated 2 air conditioning units for the women's and juvenile wings of Gabon civil prison to improve detention conditions. The National Human Rights Committee emphasized that protecting the fundamental rights of detainees is a duty of the state and an essential part of a fair justice system. It is also highlighted the importance of improving working conditions for prison staff, given their vital role in maintaining security, rehabilitation, and ensuring compliance with international detention standards. And now for the international news, the UN Deputy High Commissioner for Refugees warns of humanitarian crisis in Darfur.
The UN calls for international support for Chad, overwhelmed by refugees. The humanitarian situation for refugees fleeing Darfur region of Sudan continues to deteriorate, warned the UN Deputy High Commissioner for Refugees Kayleigh Clements on Tuesday. During her visit to the camp in Chad, Kayleigh Clements met with the refugees from Sudanese towns besieged by rapid support forces. The refugees need everything: a safe place, shelter, clean water, and the opportunity to rebuild their lives.
And now, still for the international news, WFP warns of escalating humanitarian crisis in eastern DRC.
World Food Programs is warning of a worsening humanitarian crisis in Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo, where ongoing fighting that has displaced tens of thousands of people, and the World Food Program is warning comes the day after the release of a new integrated food security phase classification report, in which the leading international group of experts of malnutrition highlighted that nearly 25 million people in the Democratic Republic of Congo are facing acute food insecurity, with the approximately 3 million experiencing emergency level of food insecurity, almost double of number from previous year. For families, this means escaping meals, selling their belongings and livestock, explained the World Food Program country director in Democratic Republic of Congo during a video conference from Kinshasa.
And now in Haiti, over a week after Hurricane Melissa struck, Pétionville in Haiti is struggling to recover from the devastating disaster. The Ladique River overflowed, sweeping away homes and lives, leaving thousands without shelter and resources. The night of October 29 will remain etched in the memory of Pétionville residents as the raging Ladique River engulfed the city, destroying everything in its path. Pétionville is one of the hardest hit areas by Hurricane Melissa, with 25 of Haiti's 43 recorded deaths and significant destruction of homes and infrastructure. This is it for this 9 p.m. English News Edition. Thank you for watching us. Stay tuned for more on RTD.